Let there be peace on everybody. The Qibla, Mecca, not Petra. It is solely of the Muslims, so the non-Muslims must not worry about it. Nothing new allowed in Islam. Islam separates the worldly affairs from the religious affairs. New discoveries and inventions are allowed in the worldly affairs, but not a single new dot is allowed in the religious affairs. Anything new in religion is bid'at. People of other religions are doing research on Qibla nowadays. We the Muslims have nothing to do with such research works. Those unsolicited researches are both meaningless and malicious. Qibla is ours, not theirs. We never tried to do such research on their churches and temples. So what they are doing is but intrusion and trespass. They do not have any moral or legal ground for such foolish research. They do it only to malign Islam and the Muslims. It clearly shows their hatred against Islam. They are on their mission to do everything against it and its values. Many of these vile people have marked it as the religion of Satan. If any Muslim utters any word against them, they simply mark that Muslim as what you know, and start harassment in the name of what is also known to everybody. So, I shall not tell anything against these tyrants. I shall humbly request the Muslims not to pay attention to their research findings. You know the final result of their past, present and future researches. They will do this, that and those for a few days. They will eat and drink, talk and hug, ride and sleep, and finally shall say that their researches have confirmed that the Qibla is not Qibla, Quran is not Quran, Islam is not Islam. That is why it is time for the Muslims to turn a deaf ear to their sham researches and beguiling calls for discussion. It is our internal affairs. Why should we discuss it with them? Is there any logic for such discussion? No. Why should we worry if they do not find the name of Mecca in their early documents? Is there any ground for treating the early Greek or Latin documents as binding authority on Islam? No. If their forefathers anyhow missed Mecca, it was their fault. The existence of Mecca from the earliest era of the Muslim history must not be called in question on the basis of any hidden or non-Muslim documents. We have our own history, which is unbelievably unknown to them. Anyway, ignorance cannot be the basis of anybody's knowledge and belief. And we are not to live by their beliefs and ignorance. Our forefathers did not see your home, so you were not. Does it not sound like this when they claim that the city of Mecca and the Muslims were not there, as the Greeks and Romans did not record the existence of Mecca? It does so. Nonsense. Do we care for your Greek and Roman recorders? No. We rather have to say that those recorders were not there, if we find that the Muslim documents have no records about them. What will you say then? Will you accept it? Mind your own behavior first, then go for teaching others. Dear Muslims, be careful of these false researchers. Let them mind their own business, and we have our own. We know our Qibla, Quran and Hadith. We do not need their help in these matters. It is our concern what we shall do with our Qibla. We never call them in to fix the direction of our prayers, and we shall never call them for any other affairs of our religion. It is completely our concern. If they find Petra as a holy city, let them worship towards it. The Muslims have their own city of Qibla, the Mecca. Yes, it is the Mecca, unlike any other city on the surface of the earth. Yes, it is our city of our Qibla. The lost Petra was lost, diminished unto mud and rubble, because it was a hidden city, cursed by Allah for its pagan culture of its Kafir dwellers, the Nabateans. We do not have anything to do with Petra. Our holy city is Mecca. You, the pious readers of the Holy Quran, read again the Surah Hijr, Yasin, Fajr and others. I am almost sure that Petra was one of those cursed cities, the destruction of which was described in those surahs. Maybe it was either Aika or Hijr. The name Petra, given by the Europeans, must not match with its Asian name. You know that the European names of the prophets do not match with those of Asia. Let them pose as big researchers and roam about the desert on the wrong routes. Let's remain calm and cool with our own findings of truth. Islam does not care for any new research from any wrong man or woman. Odd man is always out from the territory of Islam. We have our own Qibla in Mecca. We don't want Petra. Thanks to everybody.